I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't go shower myself. You're like a vegetable state. It's because you have like a foreign object in your body.
Mathew Kuzmin is the co-owner of a successful vacation property rental company, international football business studies graduate, and a semi-professional footballer. He has undergone a life-changing surgery that, although affects 1 in 300 men, is severely understudied.
They would insert the bar for the ribs under the sternum. It's between the heart and the sternum, basically. That's where the bar is allocated. But out of all the people here, cancer patients, your surgery is the most difficult in terms of recovery. I'm just laying there and, and I'm like, sorry, what? When they took me off the painkillers, off the heavy ones, oh God, you're shaking as if you have a heart attack. If you take your shorts off, you would feel like everyone's watching you, like the girls, they would watch you, and it will always be like, you'll always feel insecure. Find me a wife. Like, come on. I'm ready to give my bar, you know? So ever since the surgery, and for the whole year, up to today, it will be a year in a week.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's been somewhat the same. I would say maybe 8-9 months. That's when it was like really the same shit over and over again. You just can't do anything. You know, you're just put in a position where you just have to like adapt to it and say, okay, well, I cannot go for a run. I cannot like twist my back. You know, if my spine hurts, I cannot do like a crack.
Right.
Yeah, like there's small bits. But yeah, overall it's been recovery. And over maybe since I came here in February back to England, that's when it somewhat started to live like, you know, normal life, get outside. That's pretty much it. That's the year.
Especially for a guy like you, how many times a week do you typically do sports when you're not in recovery as you are right now?
Like typically it'll be 6 times a week.
You play football, you go to the gym, or
football.
What is it like?
Yeah. So if we talk about me before the surgery, it will be football 6 times a week, training and games. And then obviously gym on the side, and then maybe with my flatmates we would go for, you know, Gymshark runs, and some other activities, you know. So yeah, I was active. I mean, I love sports. I mean, we played together.
Yeah, lots of times.
And you were quite sportive as well. So you remember we went to the gym together.
Yes.
So sports is like part of my life, I would say. And without it for a year, you know, oh gosh. It was mentally tough.
And so what is the surgery? Like, what's it called?
Okay, so the surgery itself is called, the academic and medical name is, hear me out, some magic spell.
Right?
Pectus Excavatum.
Right.
Yeah, Pectus Excavatum.
Okay.
To say it the right way. Basically, what it is it's kind of like an indent in your sternum,
right,
in the chest, and it usually appears either because genetics, so maybe like your granddad used to have it, you're born with it, and it becomes somewhat visible 2-3 months after birth, or other reasons. That's what it was in my case. Maybe I used to have asthma when I was little. So maybe also my bones are not as strong, like sternum-wise. Maybe when I was growing, you know, growth spurt, that's what happened. Basically, your sternum stays kind of in the middle as it is. If you imagine your sternum is staying, and let's say your bones, your rib cage is like growing as you get older. So it's kind of, it creates like this indentation that then
and sternum is that middle part.
Yeah, this middle part where your ribs are attached to.
Okay.
So it just basically stays in one position whilst the rest grows.
And so you said you had that since you were about 3 months old?
No. This is genetics.
Right.
In my case, it's, from the pictures, like the earliest pictures where I can see it, I was probably maybe 12, 13.
Okay, so much later.
Yeah, and yes, much later. but maybe I was prone to it. Well, definitely I was prone to it. We just couldn't really see it. Maybe you could have, but we never had it in our family. We never paid attention to it. And yeah, it's just, even at the age of 12, 13, at the pictures, it's not as significant. You can't really see it as much. Now I can, because now, even if a person just walks by, past me without a shirt on, like on the beach,
Yeah.
and even if he has like a minor one, like minor, I'm talking about, there's an index.
Yeah.
It's called a Haller index.
Haller index.
Yes. Anything above 3.3, I believe, is recommended to do surgery. It means like quite deep, you know. If anything below that is you can still see it, but it's moderate. It's okay. So even if there's like the index is 1
Yeah.
or 0.8, I will be able to see it, because
Oh, really?
yeah, I just got so used to this thing. I just see it without hesitation. Right
How
away.
does it affect everyday life? Because aesthetically you can tell, but what does it affect in your body?
Yeah, so it has to do with the index, as I told you. The reason they do surgery, they recommend to do surgery after 3.3, because, well, first of all, your heart is there, your lungs are there. That's the rib cage, so it does applies a lot of pressure on your heart and your lungs as well.
Like the ribs themselves, or what applies the
The
pressure?
sternum. So as if you imagine, like that's the normal ribs right here.
Yeah.
So we have the heart inside. If we squeeze one of the sides, there'll be less space, basically.
Okay.
So just as if you like draw like smaller circle, obviously from big circle to smaller, there'll be just less space. So it just pushes, affects the heart, less space on the heart.
Do you feel it?
Yes, less space on the lungs. So if we look at the sports side of it, for example, well, if we take me for an example, my heart, when I was doing all these medical checks back in Russia, 2018, I was 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
They discovered that my heart kind of flipped. Not flipped, but it rotated.
Wow.
So if you imagine, I don't know, that's the heart. It kind of rotated. It adapted to its way, so that it can work normally, despite of this indentation
I never
of the
heard
pressure.
of that before.
Yeah, and it was okay. They said, yeah, you're a healthy boy. But that's what happens. It affects your heart rate. It affects your lung volume, lung capacity. So one of the reasons why I did surgery is because for the past year, I started feeling, when I was playing football, for instance, I would start feeling tired. All of a sudden. Before that, I would play, and all of a sudden I'm tired. And they did identify, for example, that, and that's a tricky one here. So the valves in the heart, right? So in order for them to, the correct valve it has to be narrow.
Okay.
The narrow valve means fast blood flow through the valve.
Okay.
So the blood flow is good around the body. Because of my heart like twisted, it caused one of the valves, I don't remember which one exactly, to increase in size.
So you have more.
Yeah, there you go. But when it increases in size, it does not mean that more blood comes out.
Okay.
It's all the way around. There's less
pressure.
There's less pressure.
Okay.
It's not as fast. Let's say it that way.
Right.
So because of that, when we would do some running tests, it would show that in the normal human being, if he runs, like his heart rate will be, let's say, I don't know, 60 beats per minute, 70.
Yeah.
My heart will have to pump twice as much as one. So 1 beep for normal person, two beeps, let's say 2 pumps for my heart. Just to
What's
get
the
this.
usual heart rate? It's a bit higher than 60 minutes, right? It's like 90 to 110. Is that
activity-wise? Or?
Yeah, activity-wise.
Yeah, like 90, 100.
90,
So
100.
let's say if you would be running right now, me and you playing football, you'll also be like, let's say 90, 100.
Okay.
Mine will probably be like 120.
Okay.
That's the minimum.
Yeah.
And that was towards the end. So yeah, it does have a lot of physical problems. I didn't experience as much. I was not, despite having 3.6, I think. Yeah.
And what's the maximum on the scale?
I know there is 6.
Okay.
And you can actually, if you do Google up, there is some horrible ones.
You're right.
So I was, we actually you had a classmate.
Yep.
I'm not going to say his name.
Yep.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
He had it as well.
School at your university?
School.
Okay.
I mean, he was one of the guys I didn't like. Let's say that way.
Yeah, you can tell me.
I didn't like a lot of
the
people in
show.
my school.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
like many people in my school. But you can tell me who of the show. So what about him?
But he had it as well. He has it
Oh,
as well.
really? Oh,
But
wow.
his one is small, like,
Okay.
so it didn't affect him whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, 6.6 is, it's not 6.6, 6.
Yeah.
I think there's some swimmers you can actually see, like Olympic swimmers who have it, and they're bigger, and they have big indentation.
So what I can do is right now is it's not too graphic. So I'll pull up on the screen what maybe like a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 6 looks like.
Yeah.
So that viewers can kind of see what we're talking about. So anyone listening, feel free to jump on the video side of it.
Yeah. Whenever if they have it, they might not even think that they have this condition.
Yeah.
But they might see the picture and be like, oh, maybe I have it.
It says just a dent in the sternum, and that affects you, if I understand correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong, it affects you because it reduces the capacity where your organs usually reside. And in your case, it even made your heart twist around somehow. That's not a problem. I would expect that to be a bigger issue than anything else.
Yeah.
And what made you want to do the surgery? Were you told that you have to do it? Did you just start feeling it more? Did it grow? Like, how did you go from, at 12 not needing it to now taking it?
Yeah, that's why it's weird, when I was living in Epsom 3 years ago, my friend told me one day, just randomly, he told me when he saw me without the shirt on, he told me, I think it got worse about my indent.
All right.
And I was like, I didn't really take that into consideration, like seriously. But I was like, So apparently, maybe as you grow, it can actually get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told you, I was very sportive. I never had any issues, despite having this thing. We would do, let's say, pre-season with the team. We will do all these hill runs and all the runs, all the tests, and I'll be one of the best. It's just
despite having a condition which gets your lungs to be smaller than an average person.
Yes, and the heart rate of twice as much as everyone else.
Oh wow!
I felt okay. Well, I was feeling tired, but I was like, well, I guess everyone is tired.
Do you train more than others? Are you just genetically more disposed to higher, how so? Because you guys are in a professional football team, so
semi-professional.
Semi-professional.
Yeah,
okay.
I hope it was professional.
How do you outrun everyone?
Yeah, I just guess I took it as if I'm tired. I feel my heart, like pushing, bumping in my chest.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I guess probably everyone else is the same. I can't really tell the difference. I can't tell the difference now if I compare to me running now and before.
Yeah.
You guys, those who let's say play any sports and are not good, get tired after 20 minutes, you guys are shit.
Oh, wow.
I apologize about it, but I was like, wow. I went for a run a month ago.
So it's better. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because my heart was still not, my heart rate, it's not to the ideal rate, let's say it that way. After I checked my phone after the run, my heart rate was crazy, 150.
Well, if you also haven't trained for 8 months,
yes,
suddenly went for a run the first time, it's no surprise.
But it was 180 or something like that. That's very high. But I didn't throughout the run. I never felt tired, and I was like, okay.
Did you? I see you wear a Whoop. Did you wear that before the surgery?
Yes.
So, when you complete your full recovery and assuming you go back to football as you're
Mhm.
planning, you can compare what your average match was before and after with like a 4-year gap in between. That would be really interesting to see.
That'll be actually I actually haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
The thing is, this is a new whoop.
Okay.
I will be able to probably retrieve the data
Yeah.
of the previous whoop
You should
because it's 2 different accounts I have.
you
I
should
think.
look into it because it would be really
That'll
interesting
be
to see.
Yeah, I'll be very.
If you say your heart rate went up to 180, that is so high.
That's very high.
And like, I really hope everything goes well and the recovery is as well as it is up until this point. And
Thank you.
when you get back into it, you will reach peaks where you will be below average heart rate because that's what, high performing athletes are.
That's ideal. Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, and another thing you mentioned about physical disadvantages of this condition.
Yeah.
It's just it's called in Russian again. I'll get back to Russian. It's called отдышка.
Right. Like,
fast breathing,
yeah.
whatever you call it, after like going up the stairs.
Yeah.
So for some people, from the stories that I've heard and researched, some people will faint after going up the stairs.
Okay.
So
Sorry, is that after the surgery or with
No,
the
before,
condition?
before,
with the condition. Okay.
So this condition in general is very weird. As I told you, you have Olympic medalists, swimmers.
And what's it called, this condition again?
Pectus Excavatum.
That's the name of the condition and the surgery, right?
The surgery is called Nuss Procedure. It's
Nuss.
Like, yeah, there was this guy with the surname Nuss, N-U-S-S.
Okay.
And he came up with this procedure. If we talk about the surgery,
Yeah.
if we dive into it, basically what it is depends on the severity of your case.
It's that scale from 1 to 6, right?
Yes, yes. The Nuss procedure is they take a metal bar, titanium bar.
Fuck.
Yes. Let's say your case is not as severe, but it still needs a surgery. They'll use 1 bar only.
Wow.
You can't get to 2, 3, even 4. I have 2.
Walking through the airport must be such a pain.
Funny enough about it, they gave me this card. I don't have my passport on me now.
Yeah.
I cannot show you, but they gave me this card about like saying that I've done the surgery in case it bips. I've been to few airports in a couple countries since then. Nothing.
What?
Yeah.
What countries are those? I'm not going to visit those. What is that security?
I'll name you here. Like England, Cyprus, Germany,
Wow.
Czech Republic, nothing.
Is because titanium like not a metal? No, because it is a metal.
Fuck knows. Honestly, I may as well. We just joke around that they put like the plastic shit inside. And just
Cutting costs. It's supposed to be titanium, but you opted for the cheaper package, so you get plastic.
There you go. And yeah, the first time we went through the airport security, my mom was so nervous about it. She was like, the security looked at her as if she was like a psycho because she was like, yeah, he has this thing. I walk, she shows them this document. I walk past by, nothing. They
Wow.
just turn around their heads like, oh, what the fuck is this lady talking
With
about?
respect to Cyprus, if it's in Cyprus, I wouldn't be surprised. But
It's
in
everywhere.
the UK, they have this rule here where you can't take more than 100 milliliters of liquids with you. That's everywhere. But it can't be more than like a small plastic bag. Which is especially a pain for women, which have a lot of weight, which have a lot of makeup. And so they have to fit their makeup and deodorant and toothpaste and everything into this like 30 by 30 centimeter bag. So that they're thorough about, but they don't see that's quite funny. Let's get back to getting up the stairs because I've interrupted you there. So you said that people with this condition prior to the surgery sometimes have difficulty going up the stairs. Is that because, again, of a lower lung volume and lung capacity, or higher blood pressure because of that heart thing that may have happened to you? What do you think the reason is?
I guess maybe, come on. It must be pretty bad case. You must have a pretty big pressure to feel numb and dizzy after going up the stairs. That's great. And I haven't had that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the right answer. I guess you answered your question because probably like the pressure on your heart, they could have any other conditions, maybe heart conditions as well.
Being overweight, that increases blood pressure
That
a lot
could
as well.
be the case. I again, I haven't experienced that. Thank God.
Yeah.
I was running up the stairs like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. But I would suggest yes. Yeah. So the main organs that it affects, and those are very important organs. Let's say that way.
Yeah.
Heart and lungs.
And lungs.
So yeah. Yeah.
And so what got you to the point of, you said your friend said that it looks to be getting worse from deciding to take the surgery.
Yeah, so it was about last year, like 1.5 years ago maybe. I was doing the preseason with the team. We did all these runs and tests. I was good. But when it came to actual games, and football is a very dynamic game.
Yeah.
You're always moving, and like 3 seconds you do the sprints, and then you'll have a second to recover, and then sprints again. I came on for 20 minutes, and I was 5 minutes in, I was dead.
Oh, really?
I was dead.
Oh.
And I never had that before. Other games I would play, I would be okay, But and I was like, okay, well, that's weird.
And do you usually play like a full 90-minute game, and then suddenly you...
Yeah. That was if we talk about the season, it'll be like I'll usually play 90-minute game, maybe like 60, being subbed.
Yeah.
But I came on. We had a new coach. He was testing all the guys, seeing how they play. I came on 20 minutes. I'm dead. He takes me off. So I came on and he takes me off.
Okay, that's a difficult
that's
situation to be in.
Yes, very difficult situation to be in. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So
was that after a break, or like did you
that
not
was
play
the
for a while?
preseason? I was after like summer break. Of course, yes, people would not be in shape.
Yeah.
But I just comparing to what I had before and to that time, I was like, okay.
And did you put thought what happened? Because between seasons is about 3 months, right? So if you went from not having this issue to 3 months later feeling it so much, what could have happened in those 3 months that affected it so much?
I don't think it happened during those 3 months. I think I always knew in my head that I have this condition.
Right.
And I'm kind of restricted to being as athletic as the other guys. And sometimes I would experience, being more tired on these days and then less tired on the other days. But I guess maybe because I don't think I'm growing anymore in terms of heights and etc. But maybe, I was 20, 21. So maybe that, it's just got to the point where the heart, I don't know, something. I'm not a doctor. I can't really tell. But after that happened, it happened a few times, and I called my mom and said they were in Munich at the time, and I was not planning to do the surgery whatsoever throughout the whole life. I was not thinking about it. I was like, well, I have it, but I'm not really struggling from it. I called my mom. I was like, let's go Munich. I want to test myself, like everything. And we went there. We did, and funny enough, not all the professionals, all the doctors, because we went to a couple. There is a saying that if you want to do a surgery, for example, right, you better go to like 3 doctors.
Yeah, second opinion
to get the opinions.
Yeah,
and some of the cardio guys, let's call them that way.
Yeah.
So some of them said, well, we don't really see anything. Like, yes, you have like high like blood pressure, but it's not.
Well,
really,
they could probably see the twisted heart.
Yeah, it's not as significant. They would say it's not as significant to do it's not an emergency to do the surgery. We would send information to the specialists in Russia, and from their end, the answer was like surgery now, because you better do it, because when you get older, first of all, it'll be more difficult to do this kind of surgery.
Yeah.
Because I will talk about the surgery, what it is, and it'll be very difficult when it's better to do it earlier, like in your teenage years.
Yeah.
That's one. And second thing is just as you get older, maybe like it also affects your posture, obviously, because your shoulders kind of cave in, you know.
The surgery or the condition?
No, the condition.
The condition, right.
Could affect your spine, you know, scoliosis, etc. So they said, like, if you don't want to, if you want to be a sexy granddad, you better do the surgery. So yeah, with all these recommendations, we decided to, you know, well, football is good, sports is good, but you know, health is better. So, and also it's very important to mention the appearance of it as well, because apologies for the words, for my swearing, it does fucks up with your brain a lot.
Right.
Because like if you take your shorts off, you would feel like everyone's watching you. Like the girls, of course, like girls is the main thing, isn't it?
Of course.
They would watch you, and it will always be like you'll always feel insecure still. You know, when doctors, and that's why, like, if there's anyone who will be listening to this podcast and they have this condition and the doctors tell them, and it's quite serious, even 2.5 index, Haller index is very noticeable.
Right.
So if the doctor tells you to, well, you know, we don't have any physical symptoms, so let's not do the surgery, because that's what they like to say. Because why do the surgery if your health is okay, relatively okay? I cannot recommend and tell you to do the surgery, but if you mentally struggle from it, I think it's probably even bigger factor than physical. Well, it was, in my case, it was maybe 20 to like 70, 80%. Like 80 being physical, have to do it. And 20 was like, well, it's a very good addition. It's a benefit.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you before and after, and I have to say, after the surgery, it makes such a noticeable difference. Like, you can't see the fact that you've ever been affected by this condition at all. Well, so it looks fantastic.
That's great to hear.
Yes, they know what they're doing in Munich.
They do, even though I was very pissed with them at first.
Okay, how so?
Okay, if we talk about the surgery in general, we didn't finish the topic on it. So the bars.
Yes.
So how it's done is
the titanium bars, right?
Yeah, titanium
and you said you
bars.
have two.
I have two. So how it's done is the bars are kind of slightly like curved shape.
Right.
Just if you imagine like your chest, your sternum, you know, it's kind of curved, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Like the rib cage.
Yeah, the normal rib cage.
Yeah.
So what they would do, would it be okay if I demonstrate on
yeah, totally, yeah.
just for you to understand?
Yeah.
So that's the bar here, right? And let's say this is my chest, but this is like the front of it. So that's what it looks like. So they would put the bars in the same angle as the chest, like this, inside. So they would cut the rib on one side. They would insert the bar for the ribs under the sternum.
Jesus.
So it's between the heart and the sternum, basically. That's where the bar is allocated. And during this process, they also collapse the lungs. Because, you know, if they puncture the lung with the, you know, it's hell of the problem as well. So they would collapse, let's say, they enter from the right side, collapse right lung, left is okay. Under the sternum, between the heart, for the other side, collapsing that lung as well.
When you say collapse the lung, what do you mean by that?
So, well, again, I'm not a doctor, but I'll try to explain it as simple as possible. Well, lungs, we have air inside right now, right?
Yeah.
So, in order for basically, if you imagine taking a bag and filling it with the air, and then, or a balloon.
Okay.
Balloon is a very good example.
Yes.
Balloon filled with air, that's normal lung.
Yeah.
Take the air out, it just shrinks in size.
Yes.
So that's what collapsing the lung is.
Okay.
So that would basically shrimp the lung, just so there is more space for them to
maneuver.
maneuver.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't poke it, let's say that way.
And so they enter from the right side,
Yes.
and then they go between the heart and the rib all the way down to the left side. So
All the way down to the left side. And once the bar is entered, they flip it. So like the effect, the physical effect, the appearance, it goes from this to this right away.
okay, so no more dent in your
No more
chest.
dents right away, yeah. So after they flip it, no more dent at all.
What do you know what changes? Like, does the rib cage change position? Is it just being supported from the inside? How so?
Well, they just apply the pressure from the bars, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically, yeah, as if you ever a dent in a car, you know.
Yeah.
If you punch it from one side, you know,
Mhm.
and the other, it just gets back to. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's just basically applying pressure, but from the inside,
Mm-hmm.
and they attach the bars. That's yeah. So if that was not horrifying, let's say that way, they also attach the bars to the ribs
Okay.
on the outside. So after maybe the podcast, if I do show you, you could actually feel them.
Oh wow.
You can feel where they
God,
attach.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So once that happens, I have to. They've done two because of the severity.
So are they two parallel to each other, if I may ask?
Yes.
Or
Yes. So like if you imagine one and two, like, you know, parallel to each other.
and just horizontal to your body.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
And it goes through from one side to the other,
To the other side.
right
yes.
next to where your heart is.
Yes. And they also put so apart from, so let's say in my case I have two two cats on the left side and 3 cats on the right side. The reason I have 3 is because they will also stick the camera inside
Oh, to see what they're doing.
to see what they're doing. So yeah, they flip it. And yeah, so if again physical appearance, you're good right away.
Yeah.
But then your body changes. It's crazy. Everything changes because, well, first of all, our rib cage is kind of the main function, has the main function in our body, apart from protecting the lungs. And may all the doctors forgive me for the simplicity of my explanation, but they also, like, you know, basically the main joint to all the bones.
Okay.
If you imagine, like, you know, spine is there attached to the ribs, the hands, shoulders, everything.
Right. Like they're really in the middle of it all.
Like literally. So, and imagine you have had this, like, your sternum been in this one place for your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's a bone as well, so bear in mind bones are very strong. And all of a sudden you change their shape.
Okay.
It's like, I think the body has so much stress.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It changes everything. It changes not just, you know, the appearance, but also everything, ligaments, muscles.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if you imagine like our pecs, chest muscles, they also kind of change because you know, if I've been doing chest exercises, I kind of built my muscle structure. They kind of, like, you know, they were built around this condition, and then all of a sudden, boom, it changes. So they don't rip, but, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because it expands
the ligaments. Like, if you think about it, like, imagine about every single, like, small ligament, small, like, nerve, like, connection, it all changes. Yes. It's
so
not a
what
fun
is
thing.
what is recovery like? Or maybe I should ask, how long is this surgery, and how difficult is it? Like, I assume it's general anesthesia.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's general anesthesia. The surgery itself is not actually that difficult, as they say.
Okay.
In fact, I'll tell you this funny story. So after the surgery was done, the doctor came to me. They put me. I was in a room, in the hospital section, where they keep all the cancer patients, because they didn't have enough bed spaces.
Oh.
For for those, with like lung problems,
Really? You've done it privately, though.
No, I think this clinic was. It's like a very big clinic in Munich.
Right.
They even have students there. It's like a clinic/university,
Okay.
and they didn't have. Well, it's a 2-bed room.
But did you pay for it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, but
Yeah.
then it's not
They don't
funded
have-
by the government. It's you. Okay.
They don't have that. We of course we ask for private room, but no, 2 people. So my room was in the cancer section, cancer patients.
Yeah, like my problem is not necessarily with not sharing a room. That's very much luxury, but cancer section feels a bit unusual for German hospitals. They have such a high reputation. I'd be a bit annoyed at them.
To be fair, at that point, I wasn't really thinking about it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. It's not
You
so
got to
important.
just do the surgery. I'll
Yeah.
be, just give me a bed.
Okay.
At least. Well, they
maybe
thank God.
Maybe I'm just picky. Okay.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, I was the same before the surgery. Bear in mind.
Right.
After the surgery, kind of changed the perspective. But yeah, so they put me in this cancer section. Yeah. And after the surgery, I think on the second day, the doctor came to me, and he was like, he said this thing that just amazed me. He said, "Look, your surgery itself, it takes around 3 hours. It's not that difficult. Practically speaking, you just inside the bars, twist, you're done. But out of all the people here, cancer patients, your surgery is the most difficult in terms of recovery."
Jesus.
Bro, those people, they're probably dead by now.
They're going through chemo and radiotherapy, and this is more difficult than that?
And that's what he tells me.
What?
And I'm like, they never told me that before the surgery. So
What?
I'm just laying there.
Oh
And-
my God.
And I'm like, sorry, what?
Was that before or after the surgery that he's told you?
After,
Oh,
yeah, it was
God.
like on the second day after the surgery. I had no, I had nowhere to go. There was no turning point. There's no going back.
Oh
Imagine that's what he
God.
said. And if you think about it, and obviously now after a year, if I reflect on it, yeah, he was kind of right.
What a journey.
So what happens is first 24 hours after the surgery, you're not supposed to move at all. So you just lay down. You're on drugs, very big drugs. I was off drugs, I think 6 months after the surgery only.
Okay.
That's a very long time.
What kind of drugs? Painkillers?
Yeah, well, painkillers, I guess you would call them that way. So yeah, throughout, I'm trying to think about, remember, all the details, everything that happened, because we tend to forget the bad moments, right? Like human beings. So if, surgery is done, I cannot move, painkillers. When they took me off the painkillers, off the heavy ones, oh God.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's the feeling as if you are, I cannot even describe, you're shaking as if you have a heart attack.
So why is that? Is it just because of so much damage?
Yeah, I think it's because you have like a foreign object in your body.
Okay.
So the body's not, especially, I have two. So the body's probably saying, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Immunity system, trying to work it, the hell out of itself just to kind of, adapt, I guess. So I was walking like, let's say like a snail, of course. I had the feeling they would fall out.
Could you feel them?
Yeah, well, I can feel them now.
Really?
Yes.
And you had a feeling that they might fall out?
Like I would walk, first of all, I would walk like, let's say a normal 20-minute walk. For me, it would take, a normal 5-minute walk. For me, it will take 20, 25, 30-minute walk.
Okay.
So like small, minor steps, a hand on the chest. That's what I was doing at least. It's just because I was scared they would fall out. Let's say it that way. Yeah, they put also blood drainage machine. Is that what you call it? I guess it's because, and it's attached where the cut was.
Yeah.
Around those areas, because That's where there's a lot of, during the surgery, a lot of air gets inside.
Yeah.
So to avoid the bacterial infection, whatever you call it, they would drain the blood out. So I would walk with a machine. My brother George, he would carry this like little machine. It would be attached to me,
Oh man.
and you could like physically see the blood, like, you know, being pumped, like sucked out. Like,
Wow.
yeah. And the funny thing is, we would walk in the garden of the hospital, and there would usually be like old people there. I would get the stares because I was like, first day even, I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
So, and they would look at me like, what the hell? So yeah, the recovery is very tough.
Jeez.
It's very tough. Yeah, we went. You cannot do any movement. So, any slight movement, like just like shoulder twist, arm, lifting the arm, horrible pain. You can't. Not even pain. You cannot do that. You're just physically not able to do that. I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't go shower myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, obviously. You're like a vegetable state. You sleep. First of all, you have to sleep on your back, always. Well, I do even now. I would start sleeping on my back, and then now I can twist and turn, whatever. I feel good. But I would sleep first 3-4 months. I would sleep at an angle. So first month or two, you just sleep like sitting, like we're sitting right now.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Really?
You cannot. Yeah, if you go down, impossible.
So why is that? Is there some kind of pain involved with going prone or?
Yeah, it's just the pain from the bars is so bad that even if you lay down, like slight twist, a sneeze. I would sneeze. A sneeze is a killer.
Oh,
Because imagine,
oh my god, I can imagine.
you sneeze, and these bars, they move. It's horrible. And if you lay down, let's say, you know, I don't know, let's say 45-degree angle, right?
Yeah.
I would go down slowly. I would have to get up. In order to get up, I couldn't just, you know, use my abs, you know, my pecs, you know, to get up. I would have to like pull on
grab something to get up.
Yeah, or like grab my knee to have like support to get up. Yeah, you cannot really do now. Like remembering it, yeah, you cannot do much. Just my day was recovery day was I would wake up, I would go down, I would hardly get up, I would go downstairs, sit on the couch, fall asleep on the couch in a sitting position because you know all of this, you know, antibiotics.
Of course,
you wake up, maybe you go eat, and then you go back sleep again. Yeah, recovery is long, very long.
My God.
Yeah.
So, how long did you stay in the hospital? From which point did you come back to London? And like, what were I imagine you can describe like marginal improvements, like past which state you were able to walk that 20 minutes, that 5-minute walk in 10 minutes rather than 20 minutes. And when like you right now, you say you can already sleep on your bed. Like, from which point does it start getting better?
Yes. So from which point? That's interesting. It's very slow until I think week month 6, 7.
Really, that long?
Even 8. Yeah, it's very slow. It's like you feel like you don't get better.
My gosh.
And then all of a sudden, the good thing about it, well, thank God there's something positive about it, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, maybe like after month 8 or 7, you just feel like you're getting better every day. So it goes from like plateau to like peak, like, you know, very quick recovery, like after 6-7 months. It's a long time.
Yeah,
it's not
very long time.
It's not quick, but yeah, you start feeling better. Let's say, you know, if you cough, you no longer feel any like, you know, discomfort.
I can't believe the doctors didn't tell you how difficult it would be.
That's what you said about them being good in Munich.
Yeah.
I was fuming at them.
My gosh.
When I came for...
Okay, the cancer part of the hospital is
right,
not
huh?
the big deal.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
You said you had 3 different opinions though. Has nobody told you that the recovery from this is so difficult?
Nobody. The thing is, there is not a lot of information on the internet about it as well. And if there is, people say that, oh, well, you cannot drive for first 2 weeks.
Duh!
Drive, bro. Drive. Like, come on.
Drive?
Yeah.
Do other people have it easier?
Apologies. I couldn't take a shit
God,
for the 3 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's zero information.
You didn't have any complications. Why? Do other people have it easier? Do you know?
Honestly, first of all, I think people kind of hide the truth, I guess. They don't want to tell the whole story about it.
Okay.
And maybe those who did film it, it's usually like videos from the hospital channels.
Right.
So
a bit one-sided.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is money involved?
What, for the surgery or?
Well, yeah, it's a big business.
It's actually not cheap surgery.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think in US it's around 40K.
Right.
But that's US. Everything's expensive there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was around maybe...
For a 3-hour surgery, that's really expensive.
It's more for the bars.
Okay.
To make them, kind of shape them under your parameters.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I still can't believe that... Because it wasn't a one-day decision. And all that research online, and nobody has told you that it will take, like you said, almost a year to get back to normal.
Nobody. And another thing that I'm fuming on them, why I'm fuming on them, is when I came in wintertime.
Yeah.
I did a surgery in June last year.
Yeah.
So I came wintertime to check out. The doctor who did the surgery did not even turn up.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so it was another specialist who does the same surgery. He was the one checking me. So it's very... To be fair, now, looking back, I'm grateful for what they've done. Because it looks... You saw it. It looks...
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks amazing.
It looks like nothing
so
happened.
normal, yeah. And you don't see any scars from the inception.
Yeah.
Like if you point to it, you can tell that there was some kind of surgical thing, but it's not like a huge thing. It's so consumable.
That's what it looks like now. But then, let's say my left side, for example, you can still actually see a little bit. But when they were stitching up the cut, it feels like, well, it looks like it was 2 different people stitching each side. And my guess is that it was a student stitching up my left side. Because,
really?
because if you take like our skin, they pinched too much of the skin when they were stitching up, like a lot of it, and muscles. So it was like a good, kind of bulb, on this side.
Right.
And it obviously didn't look aesthetic. Apologies. It didn't look pleasing in terms of aesthetics.
Yeah.
And I was fuming back then. But
and the other side was perfect.
Yeah, other side was okay, yeah, good.
Okay.
So this surgery is you get to what you would expect to be. I thought I would do the surgery. I'll be like the Greek god, everything done. Recovery, they didn't really tell me it would be that difficult. So I was thinking,
well, I guess you got there just through a journey of hell and sweat.
Yes.
Because right now you said you're thinking about getting back into sports and, I don't know, you don't have any visible difficulties doing anything at all. But you said it has been a year. So.
Yeah, it's almost a year now. Now it feels okay. I told you I still feel them. Yeah. Maybe now if I sit up high and then I take a breath in, I can feel them. I could sometimes feel them go
It's so weird.
Pop. You know?
What?
Yeah, as if they change.
Like you crack your back and you can
Yeah,
crack.
yeah.
That's so strange.
Yeah. It's kind of funny now. Yeah, but you kind of get used to it. Now I don't feel any. They did tell me in a year's time you will feel zero discomfort, which that's what I feel like now.
Well, I also know that that's not the end of the story, that they'll also have to take it out in a year. Is that right?
Well, on the official, it has to be minimum of 2 years.
Okay.
Just because that's when the sternum kind of and the bones, they kind of, stick in one place, kind of,
Right.
There won't be any chance that if you move them out,
It'll collapse
back again.
And is that because all the muscles around it will grow to support it, or why is that?
I guess because, usually people with this condition, they live with this condition for a very long time. So I guess it's just the bone memory maybe.
Okay.
As well, and obviously, bear in mind, they change the shape. They don't break them.
Yeah.
But changing the shape also is like a significant thing, I guess. So yeah, 2 years minimum. On my thing, it says, it better be 3 years on my official documentation. I say, fuck no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 2 years, I think it's enough. That's when we spoke to specialists and they said, 2 years it should be good. So 1 more year, hopefully. That will take them out. I do not know how it will feel after, like recovery-wise.
Can I ask a stupid question? Do you get to keep your bars?
Yes, I think so. I think I will ask definitely to keep
because you want it. You will.
Bro, I will frame them.
Yeah, frame them.
I will
hang them above the fireplace and or something.
If we had a fireplace.
Welcome to London.
I actually joke with my physio.
Yeah,
she really helped me with her massages as well.
Oh yeah, I imagine you gotta really re-strengthen all the muscles.
Yeah, really helped me. I actually joke with her that I will gift her one. So she'll have one. Yeah, and she will be like one of those physios in case, if people see it, they will know whom to go to if they do the surgery, because, she's experienced,
Man, you're romantic. I love that.
Yeah, well, I am. Find me a wife. Like, come on. I'm ready to give my bar, There you go. But that's amazing. In a year's time.
And hopefully that's not that difficult, right?
That's what we all hope. That's what I hope as well. But to be fair, going through all this difficult stuff, I'm no longer fear.
Right.
I can imagine because, it's still a big surgery, because the bones, they not the bones themselves, but, there is a scar tissue around. There's like a tissue formed around the bars because, they're just there. So, like as if the nature, there is empty land, and then in a year's time there'll be like flowers there.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah,
so they would have to break it up as well. Okay. So it'll and still sternum is still rib cage, so you'll probably be not pleasant. Let's say that way.
Yeah, of course.
But I hope it'll be easier, man. If not, gosh, some people actually decide to keep it until for the whole life.
Oh,
but that's not for me.
No?
Yeah, no.
That must interfere with sports specifically, right?
No.
What does it interfere with?
Why, the bars?
Yeah.
No. They do interfere with sports, yeah. I mean, even if not sports, I still feel them.
Okay.
There's no pain from them, but I feel them. And I don't imagine, let's knock the wood, but, if a person has a heart attack and he has the bars in.
Yeah.
What do you do in terms of compression wise?
Oh, okay. You can't do CPR.
CPR. You can't do that. Well, it's a stupid thing to think about now.
Yeah.
But I think it's just stupid to keep them in general.
Well, definitely look into how difficult it is to take them out, because you don't want to, go through another 9 months of... It won't be that, right? It can't be the same.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope
you're not tearing any muscles. You're not...
No, you're tearing... you're cutting the muscle. But it's not as...
From what you said, when you turned the sternum to its usual position, everything that has ever been in places, I guess, expands. So there must be a lot of... breakage there. if you just take out a bar? Like, I'm guessing, but
Mhm.
I hope it's easier.
I really do. Well, I think I'll give it maybe like two months after
Okay.
surgery for recovery.
You mentioned that if somebody is considering making this surgery and is doing it for like aesthetics,
Mm-hmm.
that if I understood you correctly, that you do recommend that they do it because it's a big mental part of life to live with it. So now that you went through all of it, I assume you don't regret it at all. What's your take on it? How worth it was it?
Yeah. Well, I think I'll be able to say that it was worth it maybe after removing them, like, just when I'm
Right.
fully done with it. But even by now, it's a very difficult surgery, like a very difficult surgery. Very long recovery, very painful. But I cannot. I don't want to take this responsibility for saying like, yeah, you have to do it.
Well, everybody's got to make their own choices.
Yeah.
You can
Would I
only
do it
listen-
again? Probably yes.
Okay.
I would love to not do it ever
Yeah.
and be healthy, but yeah, I would definitely do it again, just because I see the benefits, physical appearance wise, health wise. We went to the when we were in Munich for the checkups as well after the surgery. We went to the cardiologist.
Yeah.
And he said that the difference is crazy.
I imagine.
The improvement is, he said, wall. And I think the heart also like twisted back to its normal
Okay,
position.
that's a good
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
You
Well,
mentioned about the lower pressure because the entrance to the valve
Yes.
is higher. Do you know if that's fixed itself or
yeah, that's what the main thing. Yeah. So yeah.
that fixed
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I cannot. Yeah. I need to double check the papers, but that was the main thing too that we were checking. He said, yeah, it looks very good. Would I? Yeah, I would. If once again, if a person has this condition, and the doctors perhaps tell them that you don't really need it because they don't have any like physical health disabilities.
Yeah.
But the appearance itself is still bad. I would consider to think about the surgery.
Right.
To not just not think about it and say like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Have in mind the idea of perhaps doing it, because mental side as well is I think it's very important side. You want to go to especially us being from Cyprus, going to the beach.
Absolutely.
You want to take your shirt off. Now I take my shirt off, I'm the most confident guy ever.
Oh yeah.
No, honestly, even like going to Banya,
Of course.
it would still be, before the surgery, it would still be like in the back of my head. The funny thing as well, I noticed what I'm doing now as well sometimes. When I used to have it, obviously you would want to make it look as seamless.
Okay.
So you would always get your shoulders back, like, kind of extend this part here, trying to, push it forward. Now I don't need to do it because everything is normal, but I do catch myself sometimes that I do sit like that.
Oh, like a muscle memory habit.
Yeah, like, and it actually looks weird when I do it with a normal body.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I did notice that as well. But I would definitely do it once again.
I can't help but think I have great respect for doctors, and there is no but following this.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can't not see that there is a clear financial incentive to doing surgeries,
Mhm.
and while what you're getting is definitely incredibly beneficial, could at all there be a commercial aspect to the lack of them distributing this knowledge of how difficult it is? Because they clearly knew. If they told you the day after how difficult it is, they could have told you the day before how difficult it is. Could at all it have been a case where they did want to scare you off, so you make the financial decision to do it, other than just the life decision to do it?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking all this time.
Because
as well.
from a business lens,
Exactly.
that is
That's exactly
I just
what
wonder
I
why
was
no
thinking.
other doctor has told you. Because you said you had 3 opinions. Why
Mhm.
hasn't... Did you ever go to a doctor and say, actually, I am doing it? Like, you won't convince me out of it?
Mhm.
Can you tell me about it? Did you ever have that conversation with anyone?
We did, yes. Well, first of all, I think it's important to mention that not all the doctors are like that. So, for instance, one of the doctors in Munich. When I came to him, he checked me. He said, "You don't really need this surgery."
Yeah.
It was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
He said, "You don't really need it. You look healthy." I'm like, yes, it is, but your lungs, your heart looks relatively okay. So the doctors in Russia, they would always tell me that, like, don't do it because it's very difficult. They would say it's difficult. Or of course, they can't describe it because they probably never experienced what it is. You have to
Yeah.
experience it.
Yeah.
But about the doctors in my case, they were good doctors. I'm thankful for what they've done. They're really professional. But I do think that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I do think that once you have a patient walking through the door who's keen on doing the surgery, you're probably not going to say everything
Yeah.
about it because, get him on the table first, do the surgery. Of course, money plays the role.
And them being good people can exist in the same world because maybe their point of view is, well, they think it's good for you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So their ethical job is to get you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And while there could be a financial incentive, which is very important, obviously I think a good doctor should give you all the objective sides and make you make the decision. But I can also see a perspective where the doctor thinks you needs it. He can see that you are a potential customer, and like you said, you're keen on doing it. So while make this decision more difficult for you if it's clearly, air quotes, the right decision. But
it helps, right? It still helps, physical wise and health wise. So,
yeah. But it's a big detail that you mentioned that afterwards they tell you how difficult it is.
yeah. Those doctors now, after if this blows up,
well,
those doctors, get handcuffed and
that's not too hopeful. But
yeah, let's not mention the names.
Oh no, you probably signed every single
most likely, yeah.
paper and
Probably.
disclosure possible. What are they called?
Probably. Yeah.
So
Very
they
likely.
definitely know what's how to protect themselves against these things.
Yeah.
Unless they threatened you into doing it, there's very little you can do.
No, not really, no.
But it's a great piece of life experience. And in my family, my father has also done 2 surgeries, and he had a very difficult recovery from them as well. And the conclusion was very similar, that it seems like some doctors are of a very strong opinion that you shouldn't do surgery just because that's their approach to life. And others are very commercial driven. So if you're seeking to find this balance of, well, I'm ready to pay for it, but I want to kind of find out if I should do it, it can be quite challenging because it's very hard to find this really objective, non-biased view where the person isn't after the financial gain, but also doesn't stand in a don't do the surgery unless it's life-threatening. Because that's also a little bit of maybe an old-fashioned way of looking at things. I think medicine is fantastic, doctors are great, and success rates are through the roof. They're really, really good. So very often it is a good idea to do something that will improve your mental state. It would be nice if it was a bit more transparent and upfront about it. It really blows my mind that you didn't know.
No,
Wow.
no, not at all. Yeah, yeah. And now, even after because you said about your dad having surgery, after this surgery, I'm so what's the word for it? I feel it for the people. So if you break your toe,
yeah,
I'll be like, oh damn, man, I feel so bad for you,
yeah,
because I just I know what this bone pain is like, I know what this crazy pain is like, especially people who do heart surgery.
Yes,
because heart surgery, bro, if you imagine about it, mine, the sternum, they just kind of changed its appearance.
Yeah.
Heart surgery, they cut through the sternum, so they would split the sternum.
Oh wow.
When I think about it, when I hear about somebody getting a heart surgery, I'm like, wow.
Isn't it interesting how it's a very human thing to feel compassion for people
That's the word.
when you have first-hand experience in it? Everybody knows that heart surgery is difficult. I know it just as well as you know it,
Mm-hmm.
but you know it more because you've been through something that very few people have been through.
Exactly.
And if I'm thinking of heart surgery, I'm like, yeah, it's difficult. There's lots of difficult things in life. I feel for them.
Yeah,
But
same.
compassion really works in a way or understanding when you have this first-hand experience with things.
It actually goes away because now it's been a year,
Yeah,
so maybe I'm less. I have less compassion.
interesting.
Sometimes I do realize that as well, but I still remember myself, and I'm like, oh.
I heard mothers that give birth. There was this experiment where, I don't remember exactly how long, but let's say a month after giving birth, mothers were asked how difficult was it. And everybody rated it, let's say on average, like 8.5 out of 10 or like 9 out of 10. Like really, really difficult, lots of pain, lots of difficulties involved. And then before they have their second child, they get given the exact same questionnaire. And on average, from 8.5 or 9, mothers say that it was about 5.5 to 6.
Interesting.
And I always wondered, is it like a human instinct? Like, so that we continue our motivation to grow as a species? Or is it just the way that time really kind of like blurs this history of pain? And it's what you're saying. Now that a year has passed, you don't feel as sensitive to it.
No.
But it could also be that you just, you've thought it through so many times, you become prone to it. Or it could be that time and memory just works in this way where it's like, it was a long time ago. It like a bunch of myself has changed. Maybe it's not as relevant. Except it is, obviously.
Yeah. Well, they say time heals.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like a passing of a relative.
Yeah.
For example, my grandma passed away almost like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible thing.
Of course.
Horrible thing. But now, 9 years, like, do you cry about it? I don't really cry about it, but like, I love her. Obviously there's like, different beliefs what happens after, but time heals,
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess I will never forget what I've been through, and I probably won't forget because I'm just halfway through it. I guess I still need to take them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely an experience, and I'll probably have a deja vu when I get back to the hospital.
Not the best one.
to do the surgery. I had the worst deja vu when I came there for a checkup.
Yeah.
I was like, not again. Even though I have nothing against, know how sometimes you would hate, like the old school of yours.
Yeah.
Like really hates it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to even get like close to it.
Sure. I can
I
imagine.
didn't have that for the hospital, no.
Okay.
But I'll still go there, and just the memories would kick in, and you'll be like, whoa. You'd be like, that's not that pleasant.
Having gone through this, it's obviously a life-changing experience. How would you describe it changed you? What impact did it make on you as a person?
That's a very good question. First of all, I think I feel compassion for people as one. I never had that before. It definitely changed my perspective on health in general.
Okay, in what way?
When people say like wish you good health, like for the birthday, I guess, it became so like typical that and people just don't really think about it, what it actually means. And one more thing, I think, two more factors that kind of changed in my personality. One is, it will sound it'll sound very, I guess, I don't know, douchey,
Okay.
but I would say not fearless, but definitely have less fear over anything in terms of like any physical challenges. We'll talk about football, let's say.
Yeah.
That's the easiest example. Now, if you put me on a football pitch and tell me to play against, I don't know, 2 meter tall lad,
Yeah.
I would not give a damn, who he is and what he is. I would just, I would fight him. If he's a sumo fighter, I would fight him.
So is that a confidence thing? Is that you are more prone to pain? Where does that come from?
I guess that's just because you experienced, well, in my case, I experienced the lowest of the lowest, I guess, pain-wise.
Yeah.
Nothing in my head, it's probably not right. It's probably not true. But in my head now, nothing is worse. I kind of hit the rock bottom. So I'm like, I don't really care what happens next, It's like people with cancer, you know, that's who they don't really, especially who beat cancer.
Yeah.
Those are the heroes,
Yeah.
Those probably, they kind of conquered death in a way.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers should not at least feel, any fear. So that's what I feel like, kind of fearless, like boldness. Is that the word,
Yeah.
Yes, this feeling as well. Yeah, and not taking everything for granted. That's for sure. So if you're healthy, man, you're blessed. I always tell people that, if you have like even any other health, like a minor health thing, I don't know, let's say, it's like problem with your eyesight. It's not like, and people might, you know how people would get a loosen eye, whatever you call it.
Yeah, like when they look a bit to the side, right?
Yeah. People would like, a lot of people, obviously it's physical appearance.
Yeah.
People would think about it. It would probably mess with them mentally. But if you compare to other stuff that people go through, like big stuff, that's why like anything that I could have, I say just, it hurts me. It would be nice to look like, I don't know, DiCaprio. But, I kind of have like legs, hands, so I'm, grateful. So to sum it up, I think grateful, fearless, and compassion, those are like three like very important factors that I see developed in me.
I really guess a lot of things are very, like, in our life, relative. When you were talking about health and not taking it for granted, it reminded me of that, like, you saying you hitting rock bottom and now feeling incredibly strong. I think, at least for me, I imagine it comes from a point where one of the best ways to deal with difficulty is by adding even greater difficulty in your life. I'll give an example. If you are having a hard time at work because there is like your coworkers are annoying you, you could go swim in the coldest river in your country. And going through that physical threat and survival and struggle will somehow make the struggle of annoyance a lot easier to cope with. If you don't have, if you're fighting for your life because, well, I'm using swimming as an example because personally for me it sounds extremely, extremely taunting and difficult. But it could be anything. It could be running a marathon. It could be just
triathlon.
A triathlon. Yes. It could be like a different high stress work where if you're having, I don't know, conflict in another area of your life that's not work, try to do something difficult to work. And what happens is, I'll continue on to the frozen river swim example and annoyance at work. You don't think that the biggest problem in your life is now this conflict with your coworker. That seems insignificant, because what is significant is trying to not die when you're swimming through something that's freezing you to death. And somehow that really affects us as people, like this whole relative thing. People reportedly get out of depression by doing, difficult things at work and distracting themselves. And you can take the approach that it's distraction, but you could also take the approach that rather than dealing with the demons of their head, they're dealing with other things that perhaps are relatively a bit more challenging. And I think it's both. I think it's also distracting. But
you think it's the right thing, like, to get over this, like, stress or, like, any, like, thoughtful process, like, to distract yourself?
I really do. I think if you have any kind of bad stress in life, add more stress to life, and maybe your current stress will be easier to cope with. I take ice baths every single day. I jump into 9-degree water. It's not as cold for ice bath standards, but it's pretty cold for me. And every day that I do that, most other things that happen in the day are a little bit easier to go through because I've already done something really difficult. And if somebody's being a bitch at work, or if I have some kind of financial issue, it's funny. But it's adding a bit more stress and a bit more difficulty, and suddenly that's not your focal point. That's not your whole issue. And yeah, it really reminds me to what you're saying about having the confidence to fight the biggest guy at football, because you have been through something that is so much more in every aspect of the word more.
It's funny how, like, you said about the ice bath. I was just thinking, it's true. It's very true what you're saying. I was just thinking how, for instance, like, you have some difficulties at your work. One of the employees annoys you a lot. Yeah. And you just, like, take a breath in, breathe out, and, like, think about, like, I just took a cold plunge today, cold ice bath, This is much better than what I've done in the morning, I agree.
I'll also give you a more negative example. Imagine you're very unhappy in your marriage. Really?
Imaginable, yeah.
Yeah. You really don't get along with your wife. Yeah. Suddenly, somebody being difficult at work, you're like, it's better than being at home.
Yeah, you just say, I want to marry you now. If she's a female as well.
Maybe.
Better take you. Wow, yeah, that's very true.
Compared to everything in your life is perfect and the only annoyance that you have is somebody being annoying at work. Suddenly, that is a huge problem. But if you've got a bunch of other things going on, or you had a bunch of other things before, relatively, people seem to react to peaks, like going into a different topic. Like right now, there's a big ketamine issue, and the reason that ketamine is such a horrible drug is because it gives you that insane feeling of happiness that you will seek for the rest of your life because nothing will ever compare. And I think
that's interesting. I've never heard
that
of it.
is again similar to this whole thing. So I was before talking about adding stress, so negative peaks, but if you add incredibly high positive peaks, some kind of drugs, suddenly playing football stops being fun because playing football is 10 units out of 10, but doing drugs is 1,000 units out of 10.
Interesting.
And how can it compare?
Yeah, that's true.
So I've been really thinking about this whole relative things, and if you find a way to manipulate them in a healthy way, it can help in a lot of aspects of life.
Like get in the middle. Wow. Yes, that's very true actually. And another thing, well, it's kind of the same thing is when a person. It's funny how when a person is experiencing something. Yeah. As you said, maybe unwillingly, maybe not taking the ice bath. Yeah. But like maybe. If we talking about medical stuff, if a person experiencing something medical, that's what I noticed with myself. I'm obviously because I'm so into football and maybe I want to make it as my career. Yeah. At least at some level, just to experience it. I noticed how even when checking my Whoop. Yeah, it actually shows you the amount of time you've been in the stress zone. Yeah, and it shows me that I would get this notification all of a sudden. I'm not really stressed. I haven't really done much, but I'll get like notification 1 hour in the stress zone, and I was thinking, why is that the case? Yeah, and I thought maybe because For example, in this period of time, I so much worry about if I will play football,
Yeah.
because I'm not really allowed to play football,
Yeah.
because if I do fall, like hard knock,
Yeah.
the bars flip, surgery again, even worse.
That thing is close to your heart as well.
Yeah, everything is done. Like football finished. Let's say it that way. So now, because maybe I worry about it so much, and I just my stress zone, I guess, is gets high. But I thought about it today actually, when I was doing the surgery, before the surgery, when I knew that I have something big coming up, like surgery, and after the surgery as well, I couldn't give, again, a crap about football.
Of course.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
So same, like, it's obviously it's a bit different from the ice bath, but it's kind of the same thing in terms of like the thought process. When you experience something worse, something that you're not used to, like an ice bath, again, and then when you compare it to something else, sometimes you don't even think about the other stuff that seems to be as an issue,
I think it's also a part of human nature of like always wanting more. Like, do you know Sadhguru?
I've heard of, yeah.
Yeah.
Heard of, yes.
So he is, what is he? He's like, I guess, maybe a Buddhist, but he talks about like a peaceful way of life and talks philosophy. An interesting thing he said is like specifically what you're saying about this kind of progression that going from not thinking of football at all, but thinking about recovery, and then thinking about football. And if you're playing football, you're thinking about doing football professionally. And if you're playing football professionally, you will be thinking about, well, how do I keep it going for as long as possible? And he describes it in a very beautiful way. He says, imagine you are a person and you are stuck in a 2x-meter box, and you stick out your arms and legs and you push it as hard as you can, and you push it, and it flips into a 4x4-meter box. Are you satisfied?
Probably not.
So then you keep pushing and it becomes a 6-meter box.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep pushing and you keep pushing, but you're always in a box. And no matter how big the box is, no matter your effort, you will still want to expand it.
That's a very interesting thought. Yeah. That's very true.
Also in the business world, you see it all the time. You know Mark Zuckerberg, he had Facebook and Instagram, and he's got a very funny problem. He ran out of customers. It's a funny problem to have. Everybody already downloaded Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp all over the world. In fact, at some point Africa didn't, and so he made a air quotes charity program, giving internet connection to everybody, well, not everybody, but a big amount of territories in Africa. And people were kind of happy, but also you can see through the incentive. If you're connected to internet, what do you do? The first thing, you first download Facebook or Instagram. Also, TikTok wasn't a thing back then, right? Before it was a complete monopoly. And then he had the biggest startup fail in the history of the universe, this metaverse. It was so much money. That was just closed down. And now he is still trying to make an impact because he's quite young. He's like 40, 50. And he's definitely got a long career ahead of him, but he's not complete. He still wants more. He's trying to make an alternative for the phone right now.
That's very interesting. Well, I guess nobody will ever be, right? Like, satisfied, I guess, with what they do, and still want more. Yeah, that's the funny thing about you said about the customer.
Yeah,
because I guess everyone will. All the businesses which rely on customers will probably experience that. Just like, no matter if you're like a small company somewhere or like work.
I think most businesses will maybe hit a different problem where they can't get more market share. But what do you do if you can't get more market share because you already have 100% it. Like you can't get to 101. Like
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Now deal with it.
yes, yes, yes.
What do you do with it? Yeah. I wish we have this kind of problems.
Yes, I know.
To be fair.
Well, from one side, yes. From the other side, most people, like in our level of wealth, like before you become the ultra rich, but you've surpassed some kind of financial freedom bar, you can continue chasing money all your life. But the moment that you become a billionaire and money just stops being important, you have to find meaning in something else. And continuing to chase growth and having money as a metric is a pretty comfortable way of living life. But if it doesn't matter if you have 1.2 or 1.5 billion, you need to find meaning somewhere else. And if money has been the only thing that you've chased your whole life, and at the age of 50 you come to a thought that money doesn't matter, good luck figuring that puzzle out.
That's very true. Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. Why? Well, not why money is the main factor. We all know why. I mean, come on. Yeah. Everything relies around money, right?
It does.
Yeah, but
a lot of things.
That's why, being not diving into like religions and that, but kind of having some sort of process, like believing in something.
Yeah.
It kind of saves you from this perspective of just thinking about money. Well, at least that's how I see it. Because for me, well, first of all, I think it's very easy for me to say, money is nothing because, well, I do earn my own money as well, Yeah. It's pennies, it's enough for me. But would I be earning that amount if it wasn't for my parents? Let's say that way.
Well, we all have people in our lives that make an impact in a way of supporting us, whether it's through direct financial help or whether it is putting us in a position where we have the opportunity to do something. Mm-hmm. Like we share a mutual friend, Josh.
Yes.
He is one of the only people I know that is self-made. Yes. Because he took 50 euros for his birthday. He got tickets to the USA. Mm-hmm. He found, from what I understand, a Jewish community which housed them while he figured out high school, figured out university, figured out a full-time job, bought his first car, and now he's about to graduate and become a professor.
Yeah,
that's
very cool.
Is the most impressive story I've heard in my life.
Story. Well, bear in mind you mentioned about him being Jewish and Jewish community.
Yeah.
So there is a factor to that as well.
Well, there we go. You're right. I was just saying about there's support in that way.
Yeah.
By the way, great.
That's a great support. Well, not in George's case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's I actually haven't spoken to him in a long time.
He's a busy guy.
I was planning to. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, people. Again, I cannot say do not chase money, right? I haven't made money to say that, but yeah, that's kind of right. We're kind of all drifting. Like this conversation, we kind of drift. We started from surgery, and then the thought process after the surgery, and it all kind of correlates, isn't it? Like it all just leads to.
So what's next for you, Matthew? Like right now, you have completed recovery, if you agree with me, like very, very close to 100%, and you've got a year until you need to finish this up. What's your project from here?
Yeah, project from here. Yeah, as I told you. Well, first, I told you because of my stretch zone, you can tell that I think about sports and football as a career. So do you understand
correctly that because you think about football,
it just shows that today, like I get the message on the phone saying like today you've been in a stretch zone for like this amount of hours or minutes.
Right.
And
Does it tell you when?
I can look it up. I think when, like the time, which I will do actually just to make sure understand why is that the case. Yeah, but so I'm thinking about that. I graduated this year
from university.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man! I didn't know.
Thank God.
Wow.
I'm done
Welcome
with
to
this.
the real world.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I feel it. I feel it. Big difference, before and after. So yeah, now, even though I'm not recommended to do any physical activities.
Yeah.
I'm planning to. And
Really? You sure?
yeah, it doesn't sound smart. I know.
I'm your friend, so I'll say it doesn't sound
Yeah,
smart.
it doesn't sound smart. And I understand that, but I don't know, it's just a very weird thing when it's like, thought-wise, it's not smart. Like, heart-wise, it's smart.
Why don't you scratch the itch with something that is very less likely to give you injury than football? Why don't you try golf?
Well, if you invite me to go play golf, I would
Sure, let's go
happily
play
do
golf.
that.
Let's play golf.
Actually, I've never played golf.
I never played golf. Let's go play golf.
Yes, but it's just, I don't know. I think
It might hook you.
I think it might hook me as well. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Maybe I'm open for it. I'm just so fascinated about football. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of tell I'm sick about football. That's the whole reason why my mom says I'm crazy, because she says, "Well, come on, if you do fall," and I do understand that, and then that's how that's how our brain works. It's very funny, like the thought process. I do understand that if I jump, someone pushes me, I fall, I'm done, I'm finished. But then I start thinking, have it ever happened to me all these years before?
Mm-hmm.
I start to think, like, have I ever jumped and fallen badly in my chest, or like being kicked in my chest, or no? That's what
You're also faster and stronger back then, giving a bit of an advantage to avoid crashes.
That's the thing. So I will probably try do my best, football wise, and as safe as possible. Will that work out? I don't know.
Seriously, look into other things. There's Formula One. If depending on budgets and stuff, there is scuba diving and flying planes. You can, this whole golf thing, volleyball.
I'm actually not allowed to scuba dive, I think.
Oh, right. Oh, well, pressure.
The pressure,
that makes sense.
yes.
That was a stupid suggestion.
Oh, no.
Well,
imagine don't do football, go scuba dive, just go.
Everything in your body to compress down. Yeah.
What happens then? That'll be even worse. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, no, I'm open for it. So yeah, I mean, you asked about what's waiting for me. First of all, yeah, I want to build physically.
Yeah.
Just build the muscle. Before the surgery, the second surgery, so I can feel like as if I'm like a fully healthy human being.
Yeah.
Try to do sports on the side. Graduated now, so
you graduated in physio, am I correct?
No,
remind me, what is it?
No, sports law, and it's called International Football Business.
Right.
That's the official name of the degree. But we have sports law as one of the subjects, and other financial, finance, sports finance. So it's kind of for management in sport.
And are you going to be looking for a job? Because I know your family has a very successful real estate business. So are you working with them?
Yeah, that's kind of a bad thing about it. I guess maybe you would know that, considering your family has very successful business too.
Yeah.
I'm not lazy, but I do understand that I can live here in London by doing the family job, which I'm happy about. I still earn my money, so I don't really spend family money. And I'll be looking for the job in sports, because when you graduate, right, especially if we take sports as a field, in general, like football, there's a lot of jobs, but they're not really that interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be looking for something that could catch my eye. For example, 2 of my classmates now, one of them is now working for the FA, Football Association in England.
Yeah.
And his job is to, when you register the player.
Yes.
The clubs have to register the player
after buying them or signing them, free agents. Yep.
Yeah. He has to check all the information if it's right, basically, to register him, like the visas,
Okay.
blah blah blah. That's very cool. Does that interesting me? Maybe I would be
Sounds
interested.
fucking boring.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's why I'm not in it. That's why I'm not doing it.
Sitting in an
Sorry,
office
sorry,
and
Arden.
registering a bunch of players.
Yeah, players and checking the information. Yeah, boring to me. Other guy, for example, he.
By the way, it quick disclaimer. As a job, it's honest work. It's great. It's specifically how exciting it is. Maybe like all law,
Maybe.
it doesn't sound like.
I do agree. Maybe it's just me the way I put it into words. Yeah, and the other guy, for example, he's working for the agency, sports agency, but he's working in. They're related to F1. They're doing F1 stuff.
Right.
So they do some like commercial F1 contracts for the F1 drivers, whatever.
Yeah.
Does that sound appealing to me? Not really. I don't really into it. So I'll be looking. I'll be here for a year. Thank God. We can go. It gives us enough time to go play golf.
Excellent.
And then after that, hopefully, take the bars out, and then see what the future holds. But again, I might even take them out in 2 years. You never know.
Yeah.
I can plan for as much as I want.
And what does it depend on? Will they be able to tell with like an X-ray or something?
I just
like
come in inside and they say, "Fuck off! You have another."
But why? Like,
No,
do they
I'm joking.
visually see that it's not ready, or?
That's why I don't know how they will check that. It's probably just time.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I will know when I go there, I guess. But just for the sake of, doing my best, my maximum, everything in my power to make sure we can take them out in 2 years' time. For example, I'm lactose tolerant.
Yeah.
Well, lactose tolerant. I used to drink a lot of milk and everything. Maybe just a little issue, like not feeling the best, but nothing major.
But you don't consume lactose.
Yeah, I stopped when I found out that I was lactose tolerant. But after the surgery, because like lactose, bone density.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Calcium.
I drink it.
Did you just grow out of it, or do you feel bad but still drink it?
No. I don't feel bad at all. I like it. I just I can just feel like maybe just a little more full after that. Maybe the digestion process.
Yeah, it sounds like lactose though.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not like I'm dying. It's not allergy.
Yeah.
But yeah, for example, I'm doing that. I'm like, I need to do as much as I can just to make sure like this shit here is strong. So like when I come to them, get into the office and say, well, I want to take them out, But I don't think it will. It will be my decision. I think, anyways.
Yeah.
And you said commercial side of it, they will earn.
Yeah.
Doing that, so they'll say, "Oh, well, okay."
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wish I could suggest steroids to you. Not the kind that like people do to jack
that drug that you said.
No. It's I had a shoulder injury, and compared to you, it's very minor. But I could definitely understand the mental struggle. Oh, the compassion! I see it.
Compassion, man. So sorry about it.
It's just the worst thing about it wasn't the pain; it was the mental aspect of it. So I can really connect with what you're saying about the mental struggle with something. Like when I would write, it would just ache. And whatever, no big deal. But it would just.
It sounds like no big deal, but it is. It is to you, right?
Kinda. And I struggled with it for maybe like 3-4 months. And what happened was I lifted a bit too much at the gym, and my cartilage made a little dent in itself. So like the joint has the joining part, and then the cartilage went into the other cartilage and dented it. So that was aching. And basically they said, I came to a really good doctor, and he said, I have 2 choices. I can let it be and everything will heal. And I said, great, what's choice number 2? And he said, I can give you 1 injection. In an hour, everything will pass and never come back again. And I'm like, well, what's the injection? And he said, steroids. So he gave me 2 steroid injections into the shoulder. And I kid you not, in 15 minutes, I haven't felt pain in my hand again.
Ever since?
Well, I was definitely weaker.
Came back and you keep on doing the steroids now?
So he suggested that if it comes back, but like it's one thing I wanted to mention when you were talking about like whether it's worth doing the surgery or not is, from my understanding, the younger you are, the better your recovery is. Like after the age of maybe 16, maybe before 16, you have some other things because you're growing at such a rapid rate. But between the age of like 16 and 30 is probably the best time for you to recover from injuries. After that, from my understanding, it gets a bit tough. And so, like my thing, when I had it healed, like within 4 or 5 months, which is average. It's fast. Like I couldn't lift heavy weights at the gym, but it's been a couple of years, and now I totally can. And I imagine for such a surgery like yours, you want to do it at the age of 20, 25. You don't want to do this at the age of 45, 50. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's why they recommend. They actually recommend to do it around 16, maybe 17, 18.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're even late to it.
Yeah, the reason being is like the bone density.
Okay.
So it's just like easier to just to flip them, I guess.
Sorry.
So
do you have less bone density at the age of 16?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Because I know you start losing bone density after about 40, 45.
Yeah. No, back then, if you haven't done surgery until then, like this kind of surgery,
Okay.
you're lost. Like you don't need to do anything.
Right.
But no, they do surgery as well. There's cases like when they've done it to 40-year-olds.
Well, I guess
but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Like I cannot imagine what they experience.
Well, that's why I was thinking, like, it would be great if I could recommend something like steroids or stem cells, but I don't think that's relevant at all because, like, essentially, steroids just help rapid growth and recovery. That's all it is. If you use it excessively, you have a bunch of horrible side effects. But if you do, like, a couple shots which are slow release, it can really benefit you.
Interesting. Well, I'll come to you in a year's time after taking steroids.
Yeah.
I'll be a completely different person.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I will take the bars out on my own, without doing the surgery and just open it up.
Just rip them out like Hulk. I love that.
Yeah. I'll probably, I mean, you can recommend. I will happily take your advice.
Well, stem cells sound maybe a bit more relevant. You know what stem cells are?
Yeah, they do it for bone growth as well.
Yeah, I want to get a girl on this podcast who had an ankle surgery, and she used stem cells to recover it.
Interesting.
And from my understanding, it was semi-successful, because all the stem cells stories I hear are amazing success or cancer and lethal.
Wow.
Because essentially, what happens if stem cells are like they're sourced a little bit unethically. You kind of get these like very strong cells from people that are young, very often newborns, and
I wonder how they get them.
Yeah. Don't think about it. And it should help your body with all sorts of recovery, but your body may reject it and treat it as the same thing that you said was happening to the bar, as an alien
foreign object.
agent.
Yeah.
In which case cancer is very likely to develop.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, there's a very high % chance that everything will go right, but there's also a pretty high % chance, I think it's between like around 1%, that it will be pretty detrimental to you.
So she just did it just for recovery purposes?
I don't think she knows about it, which is why I want to get her on the show. Because that's the thing. Doctors don't give you all this information. And I want to know, does she know about it? Because we talked about it. And like sometimes I'm saving things for the podcast. Such as a question, well, did you know that there's numbers about how dangerous it could be?
Do you know you have cancer?
Well, no, she doesn't. She doesn't. It's, you would know if you do have it. Because essentially, if your body accepts it, then you do have the healing. Yeah. It's when your body rejects it that it implements. By the way, don't quote me on all of this, because I'm just recently into stem cells, and this is my limited understanding of it. But it's definitely a topic that I'm deeply interested in, because there's also a program, I believe in Mexico, where you can store your own stem cells. And then at a later age, let's say when I'm 60 and I need some kind of surgery, you can retract those and use them. And those, guess what, won't be cancerous because they're yours.
Yeah.
They won't really be considered.
Are you considering doing that, or?
I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to like get a bit of information because it sounds very interesting.
I think we should do the podcast, but just with me as a host. There's something that you're hiding about that if you're thinking about the stem cells. What is going on? I'm joking, obviously.
But it's great.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
If you heard of stem cells and the miracles that it does, like I know there's a guy. Do you watch UFC much?
McGregor era only.
So, this guy. Now his name slipped out of my head, but he was in the McGregor era. He fucked up his shoulder, Russian dude, and he dislocated it.
Khabib? No.
No. Less
Russian
famous guy. He dislocated his shoulder, and instead of going to the doctor, his coach decided to put it in. So he took it and he tried to put it on. And for the people that are not viewing the podcast, I'm just showing the motion of like shoving the shoulder
show it
on
once
top.
again.
And basically it fucked up his shoulder so much because every single ligament and
that's the Russian coach, huh?
all that friction like sharpened his and broke his shoulder beyond repairing. He had to end his career because of it.
Damn.
Until stem cells. 2 years later, he's done stem cell therapy. Everything grew back to normal. He got back to be a UFC fighter when doctors said he would never spar again. So stem cells sound incredible for recovery.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know how relevant recovery is to something that you're going through.
That's what that's what I was just thinking. Like the bar, is it? Maybe after when taking the bars out.
Well, probably you've been through the worst. So probably at this point it's not worth it.
There's no worth it. Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah, that's very true. Where were you before?
Yeah, well, I know.
This whole year. Come on.
Well, it's a new thing I'm looking into because especially with topics like this that are a bit commercially driven. Because stem cells, again, they're considered like they're considered experimental.
Yeah. Well, it's probably expensive as well.
And expensive. Which is why
it's commercial driven. Yeah,
it's very commercial driven, and I imagine a lot of the failure stories maybe are kind of hidden by the corporations that are benefiting from this, and all the success stories are helped to be spread around.
Interesting.
So
yeah, well, yeah, I guess once again with my bars, getting the stem cells inside whilst the bars are there, you never know. What's going to happen, what kind of effect there will be. Yeah, that's very... Yeah, I did... Well, that's a very interesting about the ankle. Because, I've done my ankles a few times as well. I'm actually recovering from one now.
What happened with your ankle?
I sprained it, just a sprain.
Oh, shit, that's awful.
I went for a run. That run that I told you about, 180 beats per minute.
Yes.
A month ago. Literally, just a run, just ankle twist.
Oh, really?
On a spot. But I do feel. See, again, returning back to the sympathy. I feel so bad about this girl now. With the ankle surgery. Damn, that's very horrible. Yeah. Let's wish you have any that type of.
Well, no, it definitely all went well. It's been a while, and we've talked about it. The results are mixed. Like I think she's still experiencing difficulty, but it was a success. I believe she did it in February, so by now all is good. Yeah. Do you think you twisted your ankle because you're a bit out of practice from running? And should you be running? Running seems like a safe sport. Am I right in that?
Yeah. Running is good. That's why I actually
running, gym stuff.
That's why I thought. Yeah, gym is good. I mean, push-ups. I did my first push-up quickly. If we talk about it being here, so the surgery June, the first push-up was in April.
Yeah,
like normal push-up. So that's how crazy it is. Yeah, running is good. I actually thought maybe doing the London marathon next year.
Fucking hell, you're crazy.
Well, I'm thinking now. I may as well, if I don't play football. I could not play football.
Yeah.
I might not. I just say this now, but I might end up not playing for another year. I kind of feel better now, so running is okay. I may as well. But yeah, I've done my ankle. I was probably, first of all, I've done my ankle the same ankle very badly a year and a half ago, very badly in football,
Yeah.
like very badly, and I probably didn't heal as good, I guess, not the best recovery, and then a year without any activity, my friend was like, "Yeah, let's go for a run." I said, 5K run.
Okay, 5K. That's
I'll go
merciful.
I'll go on my own pace. And
Ah,
then
and an
just
ankle
like a twist, I was like, well,
Oh man, I wish you a speedy recovery from it.
Thank you, yeah.
Before coming on the show, you mentioned that you are doing a what's the right way of putting it? A documentary, a vlog of what you went through. Tell me a little bit about why you're doing it and what is it?
yes. So yeah, calling it documentary will be like too much, I would say. I did, I have my phone on me. I did have like a tripod, I guess, or like mics. So we did I tried to record as much as I can in terms of just, to capture the whole process from like before surgery, during the surgery, recovery, and maybe when taking them out. The whole reason for me, like the whole idea behind it, is before the surgery, I've done a ton of research on this surgery, on this case, and there is not a lot. There is, as I said, there is, and if not too much. First of all, not too much information, and second of all, not so truthful information from what I see, at least now.
Right.
So I thought, first of all, everyone in 300 are born with it or have
That's
this.
pretty common.
Yeah, that's very common.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 in 300.
Yes.
Really?
And it's more common in boys than girls, but girls do have it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very common. Yes, people don't really see it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. So, and I thought that, maybe if, first of all, I'll record it just for myself. That's one. I want to see the whole thing, the entire journey. And the second thing is, perhaps if it would be useful for people, once I do edit it and post it out, I don't know the format still. I was just recording, so obviously no any fancy equipment, etc. Just like simple recording. Once I get all the footage, I'll probably I just want to if it's relevant, I want to put it out there just for people like me a year ago who would be sitting and thinking, do I do the surgery? And if I do the surgery, what shall I expect?
Yeah.
They could find this, let's say, video and perhaps maybe even change their opinion that they don't want to do the surgery,
Or be prepared.
I'll be prepared at least. Yeah, that's the minimum. Yeah, I think it'll just be nice little touch. I thought, why not?
Well, you agree in coming on the show.
Yeah.
I think already will help some people.
Yeah.
Because when they
I
look up...
wanted to come on. Yeah. When you said it, I was like, I was searching because people I were kind of hesitant. When will I put it out? And will I even put it out? I have the material, but,
Yeah.
in the head, I was like, hesitant. And then when you approached me and said, well, let's speak about this, it's the best way to speak about it. Because maybe I'm not the best in front of the camera and I just, sit and talk about it. It might not even look authentic enough. But, here I feel like we're just talking as two friends, just as if we're in the park. Just, speaking about life and health and everything. And I think that's the best way.
Well, I think it's the most authentic way because if you're making a like Netflix style video about something, or if you're taking an interview, you can kind of find a way to be prepared for X many questions or be a certain persona on camera for an hour. But if you are stuck in a room with somebody and for 2 hours plus you talk about anything from the main topic of conversation to everyday life, it's very hard to trick everyone into your true intentions for such a long time. You can do it for 30 minutes, you can do it for 40 minutes. You go over an hour, it becomes really hard. You can't do it for more than 2 hours. And that's why I love doing this, because it's not just information that's valuable, but It's important who it's coming from. I'll give you an example. If somebody tells you that if a monk tells you that you have to walk around a holy mountain 108 times, you'll think, well, yeah, of course, it's coming from a monk. But if that information is coming from somebody in your university class, suddenly it's perceived incredibly different.
Me?
You, sure.
Telling my university friends? Yeah, I don't, yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if it's like, that's why I find it really difficult to connect with blogs and journals. You read an article by a very well-regarded journal, I don't know, Forbes, and you're like, great. And the only thing that you know about the author is that little blob at the end with their picture and a couple of words about them.
Yeah.
Are they a healthy person?
Yeah.
If they're talking about diet, do they look like shit themselves? It's important. I don't want to take health advice from someone like that looks like shit.
That's very true.
Are they religious?
That's very true.
It's great if they are, but if their diet, is against certain meat, that's part of their religion. That's something I would like to take into account if I'm not the same religion.
Yeah, that's very true.
And so doing long form content like this takes all of these things into account and really allows a person that it's important to make decisions.
Yeah.
And for people that it's not important to, it's really great to get such life knowledge because hopefully not a lot of us will have to go through it, but at some point, surgeries and such become a lot more common in life, and to have this experience from an earlier age, helpful.
Maybe good. Another thing about the podcast, why it's good that we speak this way, is that if a person, let's say, who's probably going to do the surgery or considering doing the surgery, watch just the video, he might still have some questions left unanswered. So perhaps maybe like with you asking me some of your questions, maybe your questions would match with his questions, with that person's question. So very happy that I could talk about it with you, and just at least somewhat, even just maybe just you. I'm not talking about the potential viewers and people who listen to it. Just like at least one person could be aware about this kind of stuff, and just know that there is that type of surgery, and it's not fun to have that.
I can imagine.
And just like be maybe thankful that you don't need to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's more than enough. That's already success.
And I'm really appreciative of you coming on the show. Where can people find this documentary that you'll be posting? Are you doing anything else in your life that you'd like to take the opportunity to highlight here? I know your family has a real estate business and you yourself are quite a busy person in your family. So anything you'd like to mention before we log off?
Well, yes. I mean, first of all, thank you for having me here.
Pleasure.
It's been actually very interesting experience. First of all, it's like a first ever podcast. Hopefully not the last.
Come back on. I'd love to have you on again.
Well, let's see the numbers.
It's
how
not about the
successful it
numbers.
is. In terms of the documentary, I'm it's in a raw process. It's still not. There's not even like any platform where it could go. But I think the best way is to just follow the Instagram, I guess, the socials.
What's your Instagram? Spell it out.
It's Mathew, all lowercase, .Kuzmin.
Great.
So MatheuEW, .Kuzmin, Kuzmin. Simple as that. And maybe I'm not so sure about the dates when it could be released, but it'll be, if it is released and when it is released, it'll definitely be information there. 100%.
Great. I'll leave a link in the description, and if and once you do release the video, I'll leave that down below as well. So definitely check it out.
And once we release that, we do another podcast in a year's time after we take it out. Yeah, to see.
But first, we play golf.
Oh yeah. I'm recovered enough to do the swings. It's okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Stay off football.
Yeah.
Recover fully.
Well, we'll see. Don't know about that.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.